When did 30s become like 30s? Wind has to blow in your hair and then वो पलट होता है. ऐसा हमेशा नहीं होता.
My mom surprisingly said if she wants to even freeze her eggs, that's even okay.
There's a due date, save the date, but there's also let's go on a date.
It's so wonderful to be entering into the 30s. I'm looking the best. Like I've never...
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Amen. Yes. How many people have asked you, when are you getting married? Relatives, small talk, matlab, they need something to discuss, right?
Yeah, of course.
But what's fun is that now they don't ask me because they're scared to ask me anything. So they'll just casually ask.
I want to know what are your replies to. If someone asks you this question, what do you respond?
I don't know. How do I know? And when I know, I may or may not tell you. It's like your 30s, there's a due date, there is your save the date, but there's also let's go on a date. You're experiencing all of these three things at the same time. Do you think about the biological clock ticking? Do you have people in your life who are making you aware of it or anything?
In fact, there are times where, I feel like I want to have a baby. Also, my friends around me, they've gotten married, they have kids, and
that makes a lot of difference, no?
You feel like you want one. My mom actually got married when she was 18 or 19 years old.
Mine too.
And at that point of time, aisa tha ki this is the perfect age for a girl to get married. And now when my relatives ask, obviously they don't ask me anymore because I ask them ki if you want me to get married, you better find me a groom. And then they get scared, so they bother my mama, and my mama is like, it's her life, yaar, whether she wants to get married now, later. And my mom surprisingly said that if she wants to even freeze her eggs, that's even okay. Even if she wants to be, a single mother, that's okay. And I was like, what? Mom? This is amazing.
And you're also seeing all kinds of relationships. I have a friend who got divorced a couple of years back, but is genuinely very close friends with her ex-husband.
Wow, that's so beautiful.
Is still a part of his family. In fact, I really love Neena Gupta.
Oh yeah, I love her.
I worked with her recently and I was just talking to her, and I love the way she speaks about when she got married, which was much later, and her equation. And I think when women as well, or women of our parents' generation, when they also sort of see women like that talking about it, I think it normalizes a lot of these notions. This is, by this time, you should have had an XYZ career, that much money in your bank, a child,
marriage,
all of that.
Child.
And often you end up questioning yourself because maybe you're not following this momentum
pattern. Yeah.
I mean, it's better than you take your time than something sort of collapse eventually.
Yeah, there are few people who find their partner when they're like in their 20s or they're in their 18, the 18, 19 or the 40s or like 60s. And I know, like I've met people who are happy single when they're like 45, 47.
What happens is, because pop culture, our films, the narrative sold to us is that these are the prime years. You need to have the meet cute moment. You need, your wind has to blow in your hair, and then you have to see him or her, and then वो पलट होता है. ऐसा हमेशा नहीं होता है. The great very jealous of जिसके साथ ही होता है.
At this point of time, what is important for me is for my partner or the person I'm dating to understand where I'm coming from, and also the profession that we are in. There's so much insecurity around us.
Absolutely.
So I think all I need right now is a person who is so secure enough to just embrace. And I feel it's very rare that you find this or you find these kind of people.
No, I agree with you. Also, what you're saying essentially is that energy that's not draining.
I call that energy vampire.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
I don't think a lot of men are able to handle being with a successful woman. I won't generalize. There are many who can.
I know we actresses work with a lot of handsome men. But that doesn't mean that we want to end up our life with a person who's got six-pack abs.
These are just silly perceptions.
It is so silly. Yeah. Like there's this person that I was seeing or dating or just begun. Suddenly that person started like building muscles and all. I said, this is not what you have to do. I mean, I am absolutely okay with you having a family pack as long as you're healthy.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you, there's something really silly I've done when I was in my 20s, and like I met somebody online and I was like, I want to like see this person. Obviously he was my friend's friend, so like I knew that person. He used to stay in Europe. And this girl literally got her tickets booked, flew all the way to Europe to meet this guy. I was shivering, and he was holding her rose and shivering too. And that was such a cute thing I've ever done, and I kind of miss this. I mean,
You don't think you're the same person?
I don't think I'm the same person. Is because I become more protective. So I think I kind of miss that, the jitters that the butterflies that you used to get in your in your stomach, which is, oh God, that phase is absolutely.
A couple of years ago, I experienced my own version of a Richard Linklater film.
Okay.
Wherein I was traveling and I happened to meet somebody wonderful, and I was in the city, both of us were in that city for 3 days, and I experienced my version of before sunrise, before sunset, before midnight. Have you watched
Oh my God, okay, love that, huh?
And I keep wondering, do I call that a 3-day date? Do I call that, I mean, I don't know what to call it.
Yeah.
But I feel like, you try not to attach yourself to those things, but then I actually felt like I grew up after that experience, because like I said, I haven't had too many of these experiences. I'm quite protective of myself, I think.
I don't want to fall in love or like rise in love. Sorry, this is a little philosophical, but...
No, but it's true, and I think a relationship with yourself, because there's so much more self-love. Like, I don't think, maybe perhaps in my 20s, I found myself very overcritical of myself, very hard on myself. Perhaps there was a phase of insecurity. But over a period of time, when you're evolving as a person, I feel like because you're comfortable with yourself, you're not going to settle.
Yeah.
Which is not necessarily a bad thing.
Yeah. What is that one thing you will tell the younger Shreya, like when it comes to dating or being in a relationship, that you want to like,
That it's okay to love somebody, but yet acknowledge that it's not a functional relationship.
So Shreya, let's do something fun. Here are a few questions from the Bumble community.
Okay.
And let's begin with the question game. It's 2 a.m. and I'm wondering if my 30s are meant to find love or just accept fate or get a cat. First of all, thank you for being awake at 2 a.m. man, in your 30s. I really appreciate that. I to pass out.
30s are meant for you to first love yourself.
First find yourself. Know what you like, what you don't like.
And please have lots of cats and lots of dogs. What to do when you feel judged to be on dating apps in your 30s? When did 30s become like 30s? I loved turning 30.
I don't know, there's something sexy about turning 30.
Yeah. People who judge you for being on dating apps when you're 30 or in your 30s are actually also secretly on dating apps. They just don't want to tell you that.
Everyone around me is either getting married, having babies, etc. But I don't know if I'm meant to settle down even though I'm 30. I think you do you, baby. Like,
oh God.
I mean, I don't know what settle down for you guys mean. For me, settling down means having fun, being happy.
Mentally settling down first.
Mentally. And I think it's very important for you to mentally settle down in order to settle down with someone.
And there is no certain timeline
yeah.
for these things. There's no timeline. Yeah, you do you. Cheers to love. Cheers to finding love no matter how old you are. And stop letting people make you feel that time is running out, because it's not. It's absolutely not.
Yeah. Good night. Good night, my love.